Okay, welcome back to Final Fantasy 13. Actually, it's Final Fantasy 14. We've not played 13 in a long while, so we finally got our own chocobo, so let's go talk to this guy here. Commander Vassal Halloa has been awaiting the aid of the Science. Well, if it isn't Private Paws reporting for duty, that's the zeal I like to see from an enterprising young serpent. Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papalimo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Science of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of Twelvewood home. The sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch. Much of the delight of the Elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind. 'Tis precisely for this reason that the sylphs' relation to the Primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the Primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry indeed. Do we strike at Ramu or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Science come in. The sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered and have held up many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officers stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs, this should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this is as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. Okay, so speak with Maintain at West Shore Pier. Now, here's where we... Okay, nice to know. No. We cannot mount here. What good is a chocobo if you cannot mount it when you please to? Or rather, when you wish to mount it. Aye, the ferry docked at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the east shroud. Once ashore, head due east and you should find the Hawthorn Heart without much trouble. The Hawthorns are most welcoming folk who have shown us no small measure of goodwill. Still, a bit of courtesy goes a long way. I would encourage you to stop by a full flower comb and introduce yourself to Rosa before you travel on. What is this? I think this is the Lancers Guild. No, we're not becoming a Lancer. What? Speak with Rosa Hawthorn at full flower comb. Oh, okay, this is the person we gotta talk to. Sweet Bloom Pier. Okay. Okay, so finally we can summon an adventurer. Thank the 12. You couldn't have come at a more opportune time. Please, you must help us. Why, it's our bees. The little poor dears are under attack by a murderous swarm of hornets. These beehives are our livelihood. We must save them. Ah, come on. Okay, let's go take a look at the next tree. Or rather, the beehive. This is the last one we have to take care of. Should be quite easy. Thank you, friend. Finally, our bees can make their honey in peace. I knew you were a 12 cent in the moment I laid eyes upon you. You traveled to our heart, you say, and would speak with a servant officer there? There is one who goes by Amelain. He is the sentry of Jocelyn's spire, but makes regular excursions to our hut. He is quite enamored of our honey and the tales of my husband Rolfe, though I've found it to be tight-lipped around those he's unfamiliar with. Oh, I know what we might try. Why don't you take a jar of fresh honey to him? I reckon you'll find him more than talkative then. Alright, so let's adjust our camera a bit. Alright. First, I think there is a fate here that we should partake in. The reason I'm trying to complete as many fates as possible is because you earn company seals. And company seals can be used to unlock awesome stuff. However, on the whole, I have to say, I think I've found the dungeons in, so far, I've found the dungeons in Elder Scrolls Online to be a bit more interesting. Oh, great. Yeah, let's just kill him. We're almost done with the fate. Oh. Okay, we got 63 company seals. All right. So those are things you want to take on those fates whenever you can. You want to take on those fates whenever you can, because those company seals unlock a lot of stuff for you. Indeed, I'm Amelain of the Twin Adder. Your face is unfamiliar too. You have a present for me, you say? Yep, let's give him the honey. A jar of Rosa's honey and freshly harvested to boot. You certainly know how to make a first impression, friend. So you're the adventurer of whom the commander spoke. Do forgive me for being curt. My stomach was rumbling with something fierce. Okay. My word, this honey like liquid gold. Forgive me, you have come to discuss not honey, but sylphs. For all their whimsy, they're a weary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earned their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You'd do well to speak to Rosa's husband here, Rolfe. He's forgotten more about the sylphs than I'll ever know. Yeah, let's speak to him. Rolfe Hawthorne, patriarch of the beekeeping Hawthorne family, is said to be well versed in sylphic customs. Come to learn a thing or two about the sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, let me just tell you. They are... Beg pardon, friend, my memory is not just not what it used to be. I've seen much more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut, you might have more luck with them. Useless. Okay, so Sylphic studies. Let's I'm not gonna take on these side quests because there's way too much to do. Is there a way to stop this ridiculous chocobo music? Yeah, there it is. Don't want to play music when I'm mounted. Okay, okay, so we've done that, but there's something else I wanted to change. I think it was in system configuration. I'll have to take a look at that later. Okay, yeah, that mounted music was really annoying. Guess that's why I had to turn it off. But let's go talk to a couple of people here. The sylphs, invertebrate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing more bold faces on our masks, the next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolfe claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolfe once told me. Maybe the last person we need to speak to is actually inside this house. The sylphs? Yes, father told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You'd do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Oh, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a toe tap. A little toe tapping. A sylph told me long ago, you know what, let's change our camera. Let's see, a sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It may just help win the favor of our forest friends. Right, Rolfe Hawthorne would share further knowledge to assist you in befriending the sylphs. Alright, there's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along, what was it again? And Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. Come on. More fetch questing. I think this guy's gonna trigger a fate. Let's see. It's those damnable imps. Not only are they pinching the honey from all our hives, but they're killing the pressure bees in the process. Okay. We'll do this because we need the company. Where are the imps? Yeah, we do need the company seals that come from completing fates. And use those company seals to get a ton of things. So I'm gonna complete as many fates as I possibly can. Wow, how much damage is this person getting off? Okay, we've gotten another 63 company seals. Good. A peace offering for the sylphs? I'd give you another jar of my honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you that perchance familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of the utmost fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying this stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Okay. I gotta say, I guess before joining a company, fates are really not even worth completing. At least I didn't find them worth completing for me. Let's go try to complete this other fate here and try to add some more company seals that we can redeem later on. And the good thing is that they do fly. Well, they don't really fly, but... Right, diseased treants. Or am I spending my time fighting wild boars? That's not what I'm interested in. Well, the fate is completed. We didn't contribute enough, so we got only... We got only 12. I guess 12 company sales is better than done, but... milkroot, but of course, those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of meat. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milkroot will have the sylphs calling your friend and sister the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Okay, Rolfe Forthorn has gift wrapped your offering in preparation for your journey into the sylphs' demands. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milkroot well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. The sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the morbol that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You have more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they are kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a beautiful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of Fulflower mead with your name on it, if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Oh, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Amelain here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. It's good to see your knowledge of sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Komuxio. He served as an intermediary between our people on many an occasion and has the close ear of his tribe's leader. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root the sylphs so adore. I have something of a far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the Elder Seedseer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridanian's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with XIV has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. Okay. There's a fate up here. Let's go take it on. Yeah, but we've already done this one though. take out as many of these vultures as we possibly can. I don't see any more vultures, do you? Okay. Great, we have a slug after us, that's why we couldn't mount. Okay, there's another fate down here. Let's go take a look. Yeah, but it's just dawned on me that we're about 32 minutes in, so let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Final Fantasy XIV.